Good morning, folks. It's 9:17, Thursday, May 19th. 7 is spiritual, 1 is self, and 9 is elder. And immediately what was coming in is like elder is something older. And immediately what I was telling, what was inside my head is old way. Base numerology, that's not what we're going to talk about today, but I'm all over the place talking about different things all the time. But base numerology gives you a major thought process with a number, and then you relate it to how it works with you during the day or for the moment. Everybody wants to try to predict the future. What a waste of time. It's continually changing. Talk about chasing your tail. You do it for about 3 days and you find out, crap, I don't even have one. Things always change, and the difference is pretty soon they'll be they're starting to now, but pretty soon they'll be changing hard to improve your life, to make things better for everyone. Everyone, everything, everywhere. Anyway, as you start seeing this for yourself, it's going to be a natural process to start developing hope. Hope that your life can be more than what you thought it would be. Hope that better things can happen and the worst things won't. What I want to talk about is control. One last thing about the numerology. When you look at base numerology and you know the basic information of a number, as you try to feel what the particular meaning of that number is for you that moment, you're engaging yourself to relax, open up, and use your abilities. Plus, when you tune your brain to those frequencies, that's also when you're going to hear your spirit guides best. Until you finish waking up, and then you just non-stop talking all the time. Okay, now control. In regards to your life and what's being done to you, how your lives are being run right now, or how they have been, and how they have been metaphysically, but now how they still are physically, control's a major issue. The control out of your body, that's being handled. But the physical controls we have here right now, serious problem. I realize I'm not telling you anything you don't know. But that's the starting point of this conversation, or talk. I wish it was a conversation. I don't have time to answer emails. Those of you that have sent in contact requests and stuff, I've got it. Okay, just please hang loose for a couple days here. I'm finishing getting my orders out. Then I can breathe. But I will be getting to you sporadically here and there as soon as I can. The governments want to control you, okay? Religions want to control you. Your parents want to control you. Hopefully they want to guide you. But when they want to really control you, unless you're an infant, that's something to think about. Sometimes when we're younger, our parents need to, give us a little bit of a hard time, okay? It's part of the learning process. It needs to be done through compassion, okay? It needs to be about nurturing. It needs to be about learning, understanding life lessons. but it needs to be something that's good for yourself, not for them. That's where it turns into control. Okay. Where am I coming from with this? There's a lot of people I see everywhere. I've known growing up that you have friends growing up. You see the way the parents treat them, and sometimes you get along better with one of your friend's parents than another one. Of course, your own parents, you're right there living it, so it's a different, totally different scenario. But when you're looking at a friend and their parents, it's easier to be objective because it's not the continuous 24/7 thing that you have with your own parents. Some people haven't even had parents growing up. Again, that can be good or bad. It all depends on what happens. There's a whole lot of room there. So anyway, and this isn't dwelling on parents. I have to touch that because we've all had parents. Almost all of us have had parents, and many of us are parents. So I want you to understand the difference in what I'm talking about. Okay. You love the people that listen to me. You love almost all of you anyway. Some of you or whatever have serious issues, and you won't be an issue for creation too much longer. But anyway, we love our kids. We want the best for them, but we have to have some kind of limits put on them, otherwise they go nuts. When a child starts getting aggressive towards others or abusive, that's something that needs to be dealt with immediately. When a child is wanting to learn and understand something, they need our time. They really do. Now, as I'm saying this, I realize things have been done in everyone's life to keep that from happening, to overexpress one thing, to not let another thing happen. I understand. I understand very well. Angels on the original angels, the first ones, on the other side, running people, causing all kinds of issues through the commands, controlling commands, the original first being male and female. That can't be used as an excuse for everything that you do or everything that happens to you, but you know what? It is something to be aware of so you can deal with it. If you're walking down the street and something that you can't see keeps hitting you in the face, you need to deal with it. Okay? You need to try to become aware of it. That's part of the whole idea of waking up, becoming aware of what's around you. One of the hardest things for anyone to see has been the original angels. The new ones, they're powerhouses. They're so strong. It's like wow, I felt this, energy, and I kind of saw something, energy just coming around me, filling me, and it looked a little darker in color and everything. And I said, well, were you scared? Were you scared? When what was the feeling behind the energy? And this, well, I wasn't scared. It's like protection, but there's a very powerful seriousness to it. But I felt okay. It wasn't there to hurt me. So then I say, okay, did it feel good for it to be there? And they say, yeah. It was just, I wasn't used to it. That's where the heart is so important, to reach out and feel with your heart. So back to control. I dealt with that very much in my last life. The British Empire. Notice how they love to say empire. All encompassing, all controlling. Okay. Controlling India. Oh, we know what's better for you. We're going to take everything you have. Oh, and you make salt. And when you make salt, you don't need to buy it from us, even though we make sure you don't maintain any kind of money currency for yourself. We're beating you up so you don't have much money. But salt, no. You're going to make salt and give it to us, and we're going to turn around and sell you our salt. It's like, okay. Yes, and then they said, you're not allowed to make salt. And I was pissed. I said, really? I'm not allowed to make my own salt? That's seriously controlling. Now, what's when someone does something, when somebody wants to control you, the first thing you do is you go with them. Look at who's trying to control you. Extend your heart, your gut, everything. Take all your senses and just surround them, and just pick off all the information you can about them. Let your heart feel them. What's going on? You know, what's the feeling I get? Are they aggressive towards me? Are they just like that? Is it compassionate and they're concerned and they love us and they care about us and they're trying to show us a better way to do something? You know, is it soft and compassionate? Is it aggressive? If it's aggressive, stop what you're doing. Tell them to hang back and just look at them and say, what the hell's with you? You're going to find out that these things are just all about themselves, totally selfish. They don't hesitate to abuse anything because the only reason anything exists in their minds is to please them. And there's something else you notice about these people. When you look at them long enough, they can't ever be pleased. They demand the right to take and just for themselves, just to take everything they can and to control everything they can. It's a disease. There's some of the frequencies that are in people, but more than that, it's something that they're taught. The ones that are taught it, you can take care of. The other ones that really have issues with that, they're going to be disappearing. In body, out of body. Out of body, they're being taken out. The body dies, they come out, they're dead. Oh, that's funny on this phone. Anyway, that's part of the change in creation, how it's going to go. But, and I don't mean to be overly aggressive and everything. Look, it's part of my nature to be, even in my compassion, I'm aggressive. Look at everything I've given, everything I've produced that I just gave away for others. I was aggressive about it, maybe too aggressive. As a matter of fact, I would never recommend that people give away as much of what they take in as I do. Okay? I'm different. Okay? I don't know. I'm just different. I'm not better than nothing. It's what I do. I think a lot of the reason why I do that is because I know my job is to serve and protect, and I'm not doing the job I want, and I'm trying to overcompensate. I should live a little better than I do. But that's why I made that comment about, you know, I feel it'd be better for most people not to be as to leave themselves with more than what I do. I think I would be. I think I should be a little more like that, but it's hard to deal with this stuff. I am different. I have a job and I'm not fulfilling it, not to my desire, so that gives me issues. We all have issues. But anyway, talk about control. It would be good if I could control that a little more, but you know, heck, I'm not going to be here much longer anyway, so it doesn't matter. But I have had to control that a little more. So the money that comes in now goes in other places, you know. So anyway, I see people control their kids, their granddaughters. They're just, it's going to be my way. That's how it is. I'm in control. And I look at them and I say, man, they are sick. I've seen this stuff all my life, folks. You all have. Every one of you has. You want to see a control freak? Look at Hillary Clinton. Boy, she's got that big time in there. A lot of folks in politics do. I was taken away from politics a long time ago. It's Trump, and Trump, he's pretty funny. He's stirring stuff up, which is good. People need to think, but he's just raising a bunch. He's stirring up the mud. It's funny. I don't get into politics, okay? It's like I was talking with someone on the internet this morning. Actually stopped, turned on a computer, and it just, I was made to click on it, and there it is right in front of me. I'm like, okay, that's weird, so go ahead and answer it. And I was talking about groups. Lots of times people are looking for groups to go into, and I'm saying, I don't do groups. I do individuals, whether there's one or a million of them, or trillions. I do everything separately as a whole. How's that possible? Because every individual matters to me. That's how I define what I do, the individual. Usually, when you get into a group, if not right away, soon, the group has a name, okay? So you're trying to make it about something. The person who's leading, or the group that's leading, but it always boils down to one person more than another, that group starts becoming more about what they want instead of what the individuals want. Okay, that turns out to be a problem. Where's the complete self-expression in that? When the person wakes up, the individual person wakes up, and then helps those that they care about, or those that they meet because they care about them too, and then share philosophies, whatever, and then let it go, people, it just keeps spreading. You get in a group, you got a name on it, you get an agenda. Yeah, not too cool. Spreading love, yeah, that's a good thing. Then someone says, at this time, everyone's going to go down and they're going to say, oh, give love to the world, give love to the world. Not that that's a bad thing, to have that in your heart. You're doing a momentary thing that can have an effect. Okay, just like, was it Masaru Emoto or something? I'm sorry, I'm butchering his name. Sorry there, dude. He's really cool. But how do you maintain that? Change in a moment is better than nothing, but why change a moment when you can actually change everything? But it takes everybody changing. Everyone has to open up and learn and become awake and grow. If people walk around in the grocery store and all the cans have just black labels or no labels on them, they're all shiny silver, whatever, how are you going to know what's there? How are you going to do a good job of shopping? If they're all made of glass or something clear, you can see what's in there. You can relate to each individual better. Just a thought. So anyway, when someone wants to control you, they want you to do what they want you to do. They feel that they're right in all things and that you should be like them. Okay? Now this is aside from parenting and stuff like that, okay? So, when people want to control you, it's because they want to take you over, they want to run you, they want to abuse you, they want to use you for whatever they want. And they say you must comply. You know what I do? First thing I do is I show them my hand, and I show them that they're number one with me. I don't do that at all. If my job is to serve and protect, how can I do that if something else is controlling me? If you want to become yourself and open up and really be you, how can you do that if someone's controlling you? And you know what? Don't let them. Sometimes we're forced into it. Look at a concentration camp. Wow. You want to talk about a crime against creation? Those people doing that, the sick things that happened? And there's people running around, that never happened to the Jews. It was a lie. Really? Wow, where'd you get that? The internet? The internet's important, folks. But over 90% of what's on it is bunk. Anyway, when I say that, I'm talking about everything you look at when you look at a page. It's like, wow. A lot of it's just people wanting attention, but it's a good way to also throw information out for people. So someone say, Jay wants to control this, Jay wants to control that. No, I don't. I feed you information, you do what you want with it. I don't say do this, I don't say do that. I try to help people with relaxing, and I offer something. That's all. Somebody goes to beat up an animal or person or something like that, I'm in their face in a minute. So it's good to work at controlling your own actions as best as possible. I'm about to start doing that in a few different ways. I'm changing inside. I'm settling down. And I'm getting ready. So anyway, it's important for me to do that. It's important for you to try and control as many things as you can around you. Maybe have a little more of this, have a little less that. Um, do this a little better. When I say better, I mean where it works out better for you and or those you love too. Um, Trying to control your actions, your emotions. Hold on to more money. Okay, all that stuff is wonderful. But when someone wants to have control over your life, if it's not a parent-child situation, you need to look at that immediately. And the first thing you do is just see the hand, stop, and take a look. Use your heart to feel into them, see what they want. Trust your gut, like good or bad. Try to see into them. Okay? Everyone has abilities. This is another reason I really want you to come alive. I didn't say I'm going to control you so you do. I said this is why I really want you to come alive. Spirit on the other side, that's different. People are going to be, the restraints, they're not going to be forced to come alive, okay? The restraints that keep you from coming alive are going to be completely removed. The actual physical body is going to be modified just a little bit so energy can flow through it better, which gives you the opportunity to become what you want when you want. Now, some things have been aggressive, there's some kind of issue like that, they will be controlled, period. They will be controlled. Some of them will just be deleted. Sooner or later, they'll all be deleted, or if they're being abusive, if they can't act well with others, they'll have their own place to live. But if they keep getting abusive, that's not going to be allowed. And if that can't be fixed within 2 tries, then it's going to be deleted. That's the only way you can have a clean creation. Well, that sounds controlling and abusive. That's removing the abuse. Is it bad to beat up cancer and cut it out of your body when it's killing you? Okay. So just as with that last thought I threw out at you, you have to make up your mind about control. A lot of relationships, personal relationships, don't work because of the control issues. Oh, they'll change. I'll change them. It'll be okay. People do change a little bit when they get in relationships for the most part, but not all the time. Some people just want to be totally domineering and some really abusive. There's going to be there's so much change that's already happened on the other side. Soon things are about to break loose over there. Okay, how many days? Just forget the calendar. Soon things are going to break loose over there, and when they do, there's going to be some hard change here. And once that stick is broken, then the healing begins. But change of this magnitude, this is going to happen throughout all creation. There's trillions of planets with life on them. That's a big change. So it's going to happen. But, and there is going to be an upsetting period. You can't help that. When you change a format from one thing to another, it's like going up to your computer and changing it from Microsoft to Mac or Mac to Microsoft. That's like, what? And you have to relate to it. But what I'm talking about, okay, I'm getting hammered. What I'm talking about is, way of living, controls being removed, abuse being removed. That's, it doesn't just happen by everybody becoming nice. You need to know that there's folks here on the planet that don't need to be here, that have been having a strong physical connection with your life for a long time. So anyway, folks, when you think control is an issue, please just use all your abilities. Use your heart to feel, your pineal to see, your gut to tell you on and off, yes and no, and never forget the mind. That's part of the solar plexus, the conscious mind, okay? Wolf energy is really good there. Folks, I love you. I got something I got to do. Have a good one.